to BW Marketing World. It's a great opportunity to have you with us today. I have some I have some quick questions for you. The first one being, it is being said that this year is going to be a year of global slowdown. However, India is still shining at a bright spot. As a marketer, I would want to understand what are your predictions in terms of the marketing spends in the coming year. Do you think they will be on a growing trajectory or restrained? What's your prediction, so to say?
Right. Thank you so much. It's good to be here. Thank you for inviting me. I think the business that we are in the staple commodity foods business,
Right.
and it is a recession-proof business because there's nothing discretionary about atta, suji, chawal, dal, tel, poha, maida, the categories that we sell. So I think for us it's been a very consistent journey of increasing ad spends in proportion to our shares as our shares keep going up. So our shares of voices keep going up as our market shares keep going up. So it's been and growths have been very consistent as well. And the beauty of this business is that today packaged branded staple food commodities comprise just about 15% of the total consumption of staples in this country, staple foods in this country.
Right.
So that means there's a huge headroom for growth, and therefore I think we are not really impacted by these cycles of recession and these impacts of even during the COVID period. I think we continue to see strong growth in branded packaged products. So for us, you will see a consistent growth in ad spends, consistent growth in shares of voice, consistent growth in expansion of use of media across traditional and digital. So yeah, it's business as usual. Nothing's really changed, and I think you will see the same trajectory that you've been seeing from Adani Wilmar in the years to come as well.
Okay, taking cue from this answer, I'd like you to dig deeper into the kind of medias that will pan out in terms of their growth and media spends. How do you feel? So we all know that digital has become mainline. How do you feel that digital will pan out in terms of the growth and spends versus legacy media, TV and newspaper? What is your prediction for that?
So I think we have a mix of categories. We have basic single ingredient commodity products like branded wheat flour, atta, suji, rava, maida. We have single ingredient oils. We have a whole host of other entire range of rice products, basmati, non-basmati, etc. We also have a range of value-added products. So we sell some ready-to-cook products. We are in value-added blended oils business, blended oils which offer various functional advantages. So there's a mix of stuff that is very basic, and there is also more value-added stuff in the portfolio. So the way we are using media, for example, in the case of the more value-added offerings, there are some product categories, like we recently launched a category, a do-it-yourself category called Biryani Kit, which is under the brand Kohinoor. So brands like those or products like those, the spends are completely focused on digital. So the entire funnel, starting from consideration to purchase to repeat, is all completely operated on digital social media. Whereas for the other categories which are far more mass market, with a substantial rural play, there we continue to have lion's share of our spends, especially top of the funnel spends, on traditional media. There the deployment of digital is primarily around driving conversion to e-commerce platforms for our more premium, upmarket, urban, metro dwelling consumers. Whereas I think for the belly of the market, it's still the traditional approach. So I think we are seeing this hybrid model. We are seeing pure play digital for some of our products, and we are seeing the conventional way of top of the funnel traditional media and bottom of the funnel for some of the more evolved channels use of.
So broadly a mix of legacy media and digital. Understood. Okay, so you were a marketer riding in the digital and tech and AI age. What are some of the short-term and long-term trends that you've observed during first, after the arrival of generative AI, and second, while you make your marketing decisions? So what are some of the trends that have come your way and you would like to discuss with our audiences?
No, I think the basics remain unchanged. At the end of the day, marketing is about trying to drive change in consumer behavior. It may be about category penetration, which means changing the consumer of a human being, changing the behavior of a human being from not buying a particular category to starting to buy it.
Correct.
Or it may be about share gain, which is about changing the behavior of a human being from buying X brand to buying Y brand, which is your brand, or it may be about increase of average consumption. It may be per capita consumption increase. So these are the only three ways you can really drive business: category penetration, or market share growth, or per capita consumption increase. I think as long as one remembers that it is about habit change or behavior change, then I think the choice is not really about driven by which medium is in vogue. It is more driven by what really is going to help drive that behavior change better. So I think, I don't know, I'm not a soothsayer, I don't know which direction this is going to go in, but I think because at the end of the day, human motivations are so complex and difficult to shape. There is a lot of emotional reasons and rational reasons why humans make decisions to buy an X brand or buy a Y brand. I think it becomes important that as of now, formulation of those communication pieces is highly dependent on human intelligence. I do not know when a day will come, but I don't know if a day will come. But as of now, on the pieces that are trying to motivate a person to change their behavior, we are still heavily dependent on human emotional intelligence and human rational intelligence.
And what is your view on the debate around AI replacing some functions of the industry? As a marketer, do you feel your role will be, as a marketer, that the broad role of a marketer will be compromised or become redundant in the coming years because of AI or technology in that sense?
So like I said, I don't think so at all, because at the end of the day, changing a human being's behavior is something that is, it is part art, part science, and it's a very complex system, the human decision-making brain. So I don't feel threatened.
So my last question to you is, you are in the industry for a couple of years. What would be your one advice to the budding talent who want to enter our domain? What are some of the things they should watch out for?
So I would say that any stuff that is coming out of a lot of legwork and coming out of a lot of ground level insight, and if you build stuff on that, so the foundation of anything that you do, especially if you're beginning in marketing, should be a lot of legwork, meeting consumers, meeting those who are closest to the consumers, which is, let's say, retailers or other trade participants. I think the depth of first principle knowledge that you get by doing that kind of stuff really helps you. Often we see sales as a transaction, but we don't really understand the first principles behind which what goes into creating a transaction. So I would say, to start with, spend a lot of time with a lot of legwork with consumers, spend a lot of time trying to understand what are their motivators, what are their purchase behavior, what is triggering it, what are their consumption behaviors, and also people who interact with a lot of consumers tend to be repository. You can yourself meet maybe 10 consumers a day, maybe 50 consumers a month, but when you meet a retailer, you're actually meeting somebody who speaks on behalf of thousands of consumers that he is catering to. So therefore I think that becomes critical to start with, and then I think the fundamentals of why people buy and how people buy becomes clearer, and then I think you can become a better marketer if you have that foundation.
Thank you for sparing time for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.